Howdy folks, this is Lancel90 here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Stories, the story of David Bliss, which he's just uncovered some bandits in his destination that he's working for, with the evac shelter. They're in a fight with some zombies. Talk to the bandit. The bandit is hostile. I'm gonna assume that means that it probably tried to talk to us and they yell expletives at us. Oh. Round first. Drop the gun. You want the entrenching tool or the combat knife? Be quicker to get the knife out. Whoa, we died. Structural integrity. Can't believe that guy killed us. Rigoberto Scatterbrain Harbin, thug, barbed wire bat. These guys weren't going down, man. I friggin' unloaded into them. They're not really wearing armor either. Oh, he had a ballistic vest on. Well, he might have taken mine actually at this point, because this is in the future a little bit. Yeah, that would explain why he wasn't dying if he had a ballistic vest on. But yeah, they had a ton of health. They don't go down like zombies do. I'm surprised. Alright, well. It's our first. Well, they might bleed out to death. I might want to watch just to see if they die from this. What the heck? I guess he smashed my body. I'm just curious to see what happens to them. I think they're bleeding out. That doesn't look like anything's happening here. They're just kind of glitched out.
Mortis.
Alright. Best to no one. So that... Here's all the achievements, I guess. Conducts. Install no bionics. Kill no characters. Pet no trees. Pacifist. Kill no characters. Kill no monsters. That's crazy. Read no books. Break no bones. Gain no skill levels. Huh. And we only killed a very few zombies. Oh, we had an epilogue. That's pretty cool. The free merchants struggled for years to keep themselves fed, but once their profitable trade routes were plundered by bandits and thugs, in squalor and filth, the first generations born after the Cataclysm were told stories of the old days when food was abundant and children were allowed to play in the sun. Life in the refugee shelter deteriorated as food shortages and disease destroyed any hope of maintaining a civilized enclave. The merchants and craftsmen dispersed and found new colonies, but most of them became victims of marauding bandits. Those survived never found a place to call home. Hell's Raiders. Fueled by drugs and rage, the Hell's Raiders fought tooth and nail to overthrow the last strongholds of the Old Guard. It was the federal government. The costly victories brought the warlords abundant territory and slaves, but little in the way of stability. Within weeks, infighting led to civil war as the tribes vied for leadership of the faction. Only one warlord finally secured control. There is nothing left to fight for, just endless cities full of dead. The Raiders grew more powerful than any other faction as attrition destroyed the old guard. The ruthless men and women who banded together to rob refugees and pillage settlements soon found themselves with enough victims to survive. Hell's Raiders were eventually destroyed when infighting erupted in civil war, but there are few survivors left to celebrate their destruction. The old guard. The steadfastness of individual survivors after the Cataclysm impressed the tattered remains of the once glorious Union. Spurred on by small successes, a number of operations to resecure facilities met with limited success. Forced to eventually consolidate into large bases, the old guard left these facilities in the hands of few survivors that remained. As the years passed, little materialized out of the hopes of rebuilding that civilization. Locked in endless battle, the old guard was forced to consolidate their resources in a handful of fortified bases along the coast. Without the men or material to rebuild, the soldiers that remained lost all hope. Their fathers, you were forgotten amongst the billions of the Cataclysm. Well, that was an early end to that character. Well, I don't know if I want to start a new one. Man, we're really early in the video, though. I don't really have a plan for the next character either. So, give me a moment here to plan. Alright, I do have an idea. Rather than start a new story right away, we'll wrap up this week with checking out Dark Skies Above, which is the alien invasion one. It says don't use any other mods. I bet we could probably use statue skills, though, because that doesn't have anything to do with creatures. Round oak. I'm curious to see what this mod looks like. It might not even be, like, ready to go. But, we'll do base rules this time. Burning building is always a good way to get a couple of points. Heroin addict gets 2. Elbow. Fortunately, it's always so cold at the start. Naked and afraid. Musician. You get a joint if you're a musician, that's funny. It gives you a point. Let's go with regular survivor through this. We're just messing around. Alright. Get full. Heavy sleeper. Basically just going with the usual basics here. Man, we had such a short period of being able to use poor healing. Paramaniac, rigid table manners, sleepy. Alright, and then us, like, I think quick is probably really important now. It always was kind of useful, but now that everything takes so long to get out of your inventory, I think quick and pack mule are kind of critical. Or before they're just, they're pretty nice to have. Now it seems like those are like, you've got to have them. I'm not even sure, like, weak scent is that useful anymore. I used to use it all the time, but... Fast healer's pretty good. Might not be going very long here, though, so... Night vision's great. Outdoorsman. Gotta save some points because we don't have that much to work with. Give me first aid, fabrication, bashing weapons, cooking. We might not really need cooking. Dodging, mechanics. Survival's pretty easy to level up. Tailoring for sure. And then another intelligence point. I'm not sure that strength is really that important anymore. Because usually I just put extra strength on so that we can, Trying location 211 variants. Wow. Random location 211 variants. That's crazy. Zoo cages. Boarded up house. What would burning down building do on a golf course? We gotta see. Just a troll. Random name is fine, I suppose. Alright. This isn't a serious character, this is just to see what's going on here. We're not even in the golf course. We're in a vehicle. Stray creep, crackling stray. Are you my static spawn? Who are you? Probably my static spawn. Crackling stray. A hunched human form bristling with a hedge of buzzing blue crystals. Its veins visibly glow with some sort of unearthly substance. Stray. A former human, a hateful shadow of its former self, capable of violent outbursts of fury. Large patches of cyan purple crystals grow out of its bruised flesh, slowly taking over it. So it's like Darkest Dungeon, The Color of Madness DLC. Terrifying hairy husk of a creature, shambling about on all fours, a mongrel house pet, or the light covered with patches of crystal growths that just out from it like spikes. Get me out of here, please. Is this vehicle good? Missing that wheel, it's missing that wheel. It's missing, okay, it doesn't have any wheels. Yeah, friend, you're gonna have to take care of this yourself. Luna Park. I think a moon park? Military helipad. Website. I guess we're gonna probably go south to try to get to this farm. You might not get far though, because this looks bad. Oh, those things aren't as bad as I predicted. Stray. I had nothing really useful there. It's just a random body spawn. Stray. Hungry stray. Oh, so that's just a fat zombie. Stray waif. A small, quick mutant. Most likely once a human child is now disfigured by patches of crystal. Her features are still recognizable enough to make the thought of putting them down cause your gut to turn. Okay, so this might not be really as interesting as I expected, because it looks like it just replaced zombies with aliens, like 1-to-1, which isn't terribly interesting. I was always thinking if someone made a mod for aliens in this game, it should just add them as another thing going on. Kind of like how the Migos are like a random alien thing going on. There should just be like grays and stuff wandering around. We're not going to read stuff for this because this isn't really one of our stories here. This is just kind of an entertaining thing. I wonder what our character's name is. Volker Gillette. I would like to bind a big old stick and cut it into a cudgel though, so I have something to fight with. Pond? Yes, it's a pond. There we go, there's a stick. Stout branch. So we can bomb with this, or we can cut it into a cudgel, which I think is a little bit more useful. Already wielding it. These are just farm fields. This might not even be a farmhouse. I was hoping this would be a farmhouse that we could hide in. Oh, there is one here. Good. There's a stray. Like, yeah, these are still just zombies. They're infected by crystal instead of zombieism, though. Got me to bleed. That rat. Batsard. And they still get infected like everyone else, so it's still basically the same things going on. But it doesn't seem super interesting to me, but we'll give it a chance. Maybe there's a lot more stuff that we haven't seen yet. It could be like the actual grays and stuff are being saved for something later. Let's try to cut this up into a rag. Actually, make a regular one, but I need duct tape and stuff. Bleach to makeshift bandage. Bleach, makeshift bandages. Adhesive bandage. I'm building this. I'm gonna have to change the soundtrack. This one is it's kind of good for the alien thing. It kind of feels alien. It's also just kind of annoying. There's a nice little lake right here. Is always pretty useful. Well, the Scintillant Torch right off the bat is very useful. A pet carrier. Huh. I wonder if this works. Use it on a suitable animal to capture it. Use it on an empty tile to release it. Huh. Carrying capacity here. A lot of stuff here. Let's wear the tool belt. It's so weird. You have to drop your... Did we put it on? We did put it on. Like, it makes sense, again, how it works, but... Like, in real life, you have to put down... Here's the... I guess it... Yeah, that's confusing. I don't know how I'm gonna explain. I don't know how I'm gonna explain how the inventory works now. Because... Like, it used to be when you use a tool belt to put items in it, it would disappear from your list on the left. It would be part of the item on the right. It would just give that item the properties of that tool, and then the item would be in it and you could activate it and pull it out. Now I put it in there. I put one in there manually, a screwdriver I think, but it's still over here. And I picked up the hammer and I did not put it in the belt, but there's two items in the belt and the hammer is in the belt. Maybe it just automatically put it in there because it knows it's a tool belt and that's where it goes. I think it's just that the tool belt has a pocket on it. And it just automatically put the tool belt into it. The binoculars strapped to the torso. What a terrible spot. That's where your like backpack and everything goes. myth. Cargo shorts. Ski mask, but we learned from the last playthrough that it's a little bit too warm. Let's see, right now, our hands are very cold. Our head is cold. I guess I could put the ski mask on and drop the scarf. Where? Why am I not seeing it here? What's up here? Yes, okay. I was going crazy. I was like, well, there's so many things changed. It could just be that. Listed. So there's light gloves. I'll put the cold hands, but we should probably also build glove liners, unless there's something else here that could work. Not particularly. But best way to get... Oop. I didn't realize I was using my hands there. Didn't mean to already damage my brand new gloves. Just want a bunch of rags and stuff. Okay. So we need to make a needle. At least we can. That was very creepy. You know what? We didn't even need a needle because there's a sewing kit in here. I totally forgot. Let's see. We gotta get some string. Butcher that up. See, I think we don't want to reload it for this part. Because reloading is for repairing things, although we do need to repair some stuff now. See, I need you. Oh, we can make armored fingerless gloves already. Don't have very much coverage, so they're not that great, but we need glove liners. Should keep our hands nice and warm. Winter boots are always too much, but making feet coverings is always bad. Not easy. With some leather, the boots would be not that bad, but alright, we should probably make a duffel bag. Really? Alright, duffel bag. It's really weird. You have to keep taking it off all the time. I guess once you have a bag for it to go into that you're wearing, you can put it in there every time. But okay. Winter coat is kind of overkill. You'd prefer like a long sleeve shirt, and then the long sleeve shirt. Oops. Well, we're already wearing a long sleeve, aren't we? Oops. That's not what I meant to build, but that's okay. I meant to build the long underwear top. Then drop the winter coat. Oh, there's 3 items in it, though, so... That's so strange. I mean, there's probably going to be really interesting things you can do. Like, I guess you could... Like, you could specifically load up bags with stuff and then pick up what bag you want to go do things with, but... I don't know, I feel like in practice, that's just... It's going to be more busy work that doesn't really actually help you do anything, but we'll see. We're out of time for this video, though. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, remember to hit the like button, the conversation going in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, I hope you have a good day.